Good morning. It's 7:04 on this Monday, October 13th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company. Our guest host today, Larry Tomlinson.
Well, good morning and thank you, MJ, and welcome to everyone that's listening to us out there in Radio Land today. And I know we're also on Facebook Live, so we're going to have to try to remember that, and we won't talk about anything ugly or anything, so we'll try to do all that. But the first half of our show today is brought to us always by Lebanon Kubota. Ryan Cornwell's here today to talk to us about Lebanon Kubota, and then we're going to get right into our guest, Rick Smith, who's going to talk to us about Jay Claiborne's and the history, and I believe we're celebrating 100 years.
100 years.
100 years of that. We'll get into that in a little bit. Ryan, tell us a little about what's going on in Lebanon Kubota.
Good morning. Well, fall is here, so right now is a really good time to kind of evaluate what the needs are going to be for the end-of-year tax purchases if you're a business owner. We've got a lot of business owners, contractors, farm owners here in the Wilson County area. So if that is one of you, and you're kind of evaluating if you need to spend some money this year, for the end-of-the-year tax purchases, we've got a lot of construction equipment on the lot right now if you're a contractor, tractors as well, farm equipment, implements, that kind of thing. So we're stocked, so this would be a good time to kind of evaluate if that's something that you need.
Well, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because this is a good time of the year to do aerate your yard, all that, overseed.
Yep.
Y'all have all kind of seeds and fertilizer that you need for that. And I know you have aerators that you probably rent out to people on a daily basis or whatever. And your haying business equipment, it should have been a good year for that.
It was.
A good year for hay.
It was. It was a great year for hay. We had a lot of guys, some guys even getting up to 3 cuts this year with the crazy amount of rain we had in June, July, and even the beginning of August. We actually sold out of all our hay equipment over the summer. We've got refills on the way for if you want to get stocked up for next year. But it was a really good year for the hay business and the lawn care and landscape business too, man. Those guys went nonstop pretty much all summer long. One of the wettest summers that we can recall on history. So if you're a lawn landscape guy as well, now is a good time. We've got a lot of kind of end-of-the-year deals we're going on lawnmowers as well. So if you're a commercial guy, residential guy, and are tired of fixing your mower every time before you use it, now would be a good time to potentially get one. We've got a lot full of them right now.
Yeah. What type of seed do you all recommend for this area here? If for doing overseeding.
Yeah. So right now, the biggest seller that we have would be what we call our Turf X. So Turf X is just going to be a big fescue blend. It's a really nice blend of grass, a really good price, and what a lot of guys will do right now is we've got some Stinger aerators that we rent out. We've also got a couple available for purchase, so they'll throw it in the seed box and just kind of have at it and do some plug aerating and overseeding at the same time. So it's a really good way to go. And then we've got a few other blends for if you just need like some quick rye to come up and kind of hold the ground down this winter. We've got a few other blends in stock as well for that.
Yeah. Well, that's always good to know. Yeah. And anything else you'd like to talk to us about?
Man, I think, another thing that'll make a lot of sense this time of year is, I know it's nearing the end of the year. So we've got kind of back to our end of the year tax purchases with contractors right now. I think a thing we don't talk about a lot that we need to talk about would be leases. So people may not be aware of it, but what Kubota is going to do, especially here at Absolute Kubota in Lebanon, is we're going to be participating in Kubota's lease program. So like, let's say you're a contractor and you need a piece of equipment, but you want a fixed cost every month and a direct tax write-off for your business, that's where the lease comes into play. So if you need like a skid steer or a mini excavator, or even a large ag tractor for your farm, Kubota does a lease program that'll save you some money per month as opposed to a general purchase. Okay, you get a direct tax write-off, so everything you're paying to the lease you can write off on the taxes. And then on top of that, at the end of the lease, the cool thing Kubota does is we give you a fixed purchase option. So you know up front what it's going to cost to buy that piece of equipment the day you sign on the lease. So if you lease it for 2 years, we give you at the end of the 2 years, we tell you, hey, at the end of 2 years, here's what your purchase price is going to be. You can lease it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever hour increment per year you want. So it's a really flexible plan that offers a lot of benefits for our contractors and big farm owners.
Well, that was going to be my next question. And you mentioned the hours part. So there's so many hours you can put on that, and without going over, like if you lease a vehicle, you got so many miles you can drive every year.
Right.
Same process.
Same process, yeah. And you can set it like, 300 hours a year, 600, 900, 1,200, 1,500. It goes in 300-hour increments. So, so you just kind of pick whichever one works best for you and your needs. Most guys that are in this process kind of know roughly how many hours they're putting on equipment per year.
Good deal.
But it's a really good program.
Good deal. Anything else?
Yeah, I'd say our last special right now that I kind of want to highlight would be right now, between now and the end of the year. One of the things that we're doing is if you buy a piece of equipment from us, whether it's a lawnmower, a tractor, RTV, whatever it may be, we're throwing in a free year of Kubota's Orange Protection Program. So normally construction equipment will come with 2-year, 2,000-hour warranty. Right now we're throwing in a third year for you at no cost. So right now you get a 3-year, 3,000-hour Orange Protection Program. So that's kind of one of the specials that we're running right now. On mowers, you've got a 5-year unlimited hour warranty on them right now with our extra year. So it's a pretty good deal.
Well, a good deal, yeah. Well, thank you for being here this morning.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having us.
Appreciate you all sponsoring the Coleman Show.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to do it.
Yeah, all right. Thanks again. Tell Matt I said hello.
I'll do it. I'll tell him.
Y'all have a good day down there.
Thanks, sir.
All right. We're going to get right on in here with Rick. Rick Smith.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, so you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's good to be upright. Yeah.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Upright and not be laying down and being viewed. So
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
always a good start.
Well, I've been excited for this day since when Coleman called me back and told me who my first guest was going to be. And told me it was going to be you, and we're going to talk about the history of Claiborne's Bakery, and it goes long back before Johnny.
Goes back a long ways. We were not sure, and I don't know if anybody knows for sure when this thing actually started. I was talking to Nancy Ash the other day, and she come up to me, and past principal of Lebanon High School. She come up to me and told me, "Did you know my grandfather used to work at Claiborne's or Drivers?" I said, "Your grandfather?" She said, "Yeah, he started in 1926. And I said, "You got any records?" He said, "Yeah, we've got a plaque and a little bit, I don't know what you call it, a little memory type thing. It says, thank you to Huey Williams for 53 years of service from 1926 to 1979. And I'm going, well, I'd been to the Wilson County Archives and trying to look up, and all I could find out was 1948. So I was surprised, to put it mildly. But I figured if he's there in 1926, there must have been a building in 1925. So I said, let's just celebrate 100 years and call it that.
Yeah.
And it very possibly is older than that. But nobody seems to know. So,
Well, I of course, I'm 78, and I remember the bakery all of my life.
yeah.
And my sister and I were talking about this just the other day. Robert and Lurley Driver were good friends with my mom and daddy.
Yeah.
And they used to visit with all of us all the time. And so we've had a history with the restaurant and the bakery and for a long, long time. And Barbara and I were talking about it. And Barbara she thought that she remembered that they might have had a place either over on there on East Main, down right off the square, that they might have had a place down there, or they had one over on East Market Street, across from the garment factory.
Now, I've heard about the East Market. I don't know if that was Drivers or Claiborne's or who it was, but there was a bakery there at one time.
I think Barbara thought it was run by Robert and Lurley. And then, of course, we all know they moved up there next to Nave's Funeral Home, and that building up there is still on the corner.
Right, still there.
Yeah.
And the now the Drivers family was across, they were neighbors of mine when I was growing up. Always a great place to go for Halloween, because I always be amazed at what you could get over there. That was always a lot of fun. But yeah, it's from what I gather, from what I've read, Johnny Claiborne worked there in the early 60s and bought it in 64, I think it was, from what I've read, and owned it until 1998 or something, somewhere in that area. When he got out, his son took over, Todd, and then there's been several family members that ran the bakery through the years. And then finally, Brittany and Brooke purchased it. That was Johnny's granddaughters. They purchased it and had it for 6 years. And when they decided to close it, the opportunity came up, and my daughter-in-law had always talked about wanting to own a bakery. And I'm going, well, I'm retired and bored, so why not? Let's just buy the dang thing and see what happens. So now I'm getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning instead of sleeping. And my retirement is coming to a more than full-time job, but we're enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of history there with the bakery, and we'll get into more of that here in just a minute, but I think MJ's put on the headset, so that's a sign that we're going to traffic. So remember, you're listening to Coleman and Company. Larry Tomlinson along with Rick Smith this morning, sitting in and taking care of the shows. MJ, take us to traffic.
I appreciate it, Larry. Well, let's see what's happening. It's all brought to you by our friends at Bates Ford. Regular oil change $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, $17.80 Franklin Road. Now at traffic. Here's Chuck.
Good morning. Starting a little bit heavier down Vietnam Vets right now, especially westbound here at Gallatin Pike. All that traffic coming through Hendersonville, this section of Sumner County, as it gets busy now on 65 down through that road work. There around the 98-mile marker as you come out of Goodlettsville on 65 southbound. It's really starting to pick up quite a bit. When you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, make sure you call STR Towing and Recovery right here in Middle Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Your Lebanon High football team is back on the field, and we're back in the booth. Join Donald Gann, Joe Gardner, and myself, John Boyce, as the Blue Devils hit the gridiron each week. Lebanon football is brought to you by Bates Ford, Burdine Supply, Fakes and Hooker, Kay Maynard with State Farm Insurance, Kenny Salas and the Salas Realty Group, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Shannon Speck Electric, Sports World, Rackley Roofing Company, Wilson Bank and Trust, and Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. Next game for the Blue Devils will be October 17th against Green Hill.
Need a venue for your next corporate training, meeting, luncheon, or customer appreciation event? These are just a few of the event options that the Farm Bureau Expo Center can accommodate within its 79,000 square feet of adaptable event space. The Farm Bureau Expo Center offers unparalleled versatility for corporate events in Wilson County. Come on by and check us out. For booking details as well as upcoming events, visit farmbureauexpo.com or find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Farm Bureau Expo.
Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals on everything you need for your special event. Birthdays, weddings, corporate events, they have you covered. Tables, chairs, tents, linens, dance floor, and so much more. Visit their new showroom in Lebanon at 713 East Main Street in the old Ferguson's building. Find them every day at fiestas.com or on Facebook. Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals that can transform your vision into a beautiful reality. Mention this ad to receive 10% off.
Plus fried pies.
Good morning, and welcome back to Coleman and Company. Beautiful day out there today, and we're having a good time talking to Rick Smith about Jay Claiborne's and the history and everything of the bakery that he owns down on West Main Street now. It used to be on East Main Street.
Correct.
And
It's a Nate Funeral Home.
Yeah. Well, Rick, you were just telling me while we were off air about you still had all the recipes.
Yeah.
And
we got all the original recipes from Johnny and from the driver's family and everything else sitting in my office. But, yeah, it's quite interesting. As we were talking, the coconut cakes were always a huge part of Driver's Bakery and Claiborne's, and they were sold all over the South at one point.
Yeah.
That commercial business is not something I'm interested in getting back into. Maybe somebody is at some point, but it's not going to be me. Too much work. But yeah, we still got all the original recipes. Still make the jam cakes, the coconut cakes, the fried pies, all that stuff. We still got all that in the bakery, and the cookies, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, those coconut cakes and those things, I remember. A lot of the businesses in town would buy those cakes, or people not even living in Wilson County would buy those cakes, and they would give them away, to their customers.
Yeah, that was a huge, part of the business.
And, and if somebody brought you a coconut cake, man, they thought a lot of you. You bring you a coconut cake. So, but, just so much history there with that business.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. like I said earlier, we don't really know when it started. And if somebody does, I'd greatly appreciate you coming by and telling me. I've heard stories, but we know it was there in 1925. I find it hard to believe it wasn't there before that quite a bit. So it'd be interesting if that's the problem. 1925 is a long time ago. So it'd be interesting if anybody's got any recollections of something earlier than that. But we still got the cakes, the cookies. We've also got the cafe part of the business now. We have a meat and three. We've got sandwiches, hamburgers, salads. We tried to not expand it, but keep it going at lunchtime as much as it is breakfast time. Breakfast is a huge part of our business, along with the cakes and the pies and everything else. But we've also expanded out into the meat and three areas. So it's been a lot of fun keeping up with all that.
Well, I can testify to that. I've had the meat and three and the breakfast, the omelets, one of my favorite,
Omelets are huge. So.
Yes, they are. Yeah. We're talking about the restaurant. My sister Barbara is, I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but she's a little bit older. She's a little bit older than I am. And we were talking, and she thinks that she remembers it being on East Market Street at one time. So,
and some people have told me that there was a bakery on East Market right there across Lebanon Locker.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the baker's, I don't know what it's. It could have been a Shippers. Or Shipley, or I believe it's Shipler.
Yeah,
Shipley or something like that. It could have been that. There was a bakery there at one point, though. I'm just not sure what it was.
Yeah. Well, how long have you owned it, Rick?
It'll be 4 years this year, and then we'll see what happens in February of next year. But 4 years now, so 4 years of getting up at 3 a.m. every day. Well, this was a relaxing morning. I didn't have to get up till 5. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Claiborne family, Johnny, he took ownership from the drivers.
Correct.
And it's been in his family. Ever since then.
Since '64. Yeah. We're the drivers' family, the Claiborne's family, and now my family. So it's been 3 families that have owned the business. Just 3 families, and. It's kind of like when we sold Smith Furniture or Chip sold Rose Tire. If you got a good name, there ain't no reason to change it.
Yes.
So we kept the driver's name, the Claiborne name, and when Chip sold Rose Tire, that was Bill Rose. That was my grandfather's next door neighbors was Bill Rose, but he had the tire store, and Chip said, "Well, there's no reason to change the name of a ongoing profitable business." So we've kept the driver's / Claiborne's name, and it's done well for us. We've been real pleased.
Well, good. Well, it's great that you all still have that, and it's stayed in that family for all those years.
Yeah,
that's special within itself, really.
Yeah,
the way things are in today's society.
Yeah, you would. Let's see, if 64 till Brittany and Brooke sold it back to me, so that's over 50 years there. So it's been a lot of steady ownership, to put it mildly.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. Well, anything special you want to talk about?
No, the fact that we've got a booming little breakfast business, which has been a lot of fun. We got a lot of people come in and they'll drink their coffee and sit around and talk for a while. Yeah. I got no problem with that, as long as they're buy a little food while they're at it every once in a while. Lunch business has been good. We don't do any catering. That has been done in the past, but I work enough hours as it is. But our lunch menu has become a real popular item, and we're real pleased with that. We were voted finalist in the coffee industry, and I'm going, only coffee I got decaf and regular coffee. I don't know what's so special about that, but I guess it's the fact that people can sit in there and talk for a while. So we're happy to do that also.
Well, that's good. That's good. You still involved with the Lebanon Youth Baseball and Softball?
Right, 20 plus years there, and it has grown exponentially. It's kind of amazing to watch. We had 1,200 and some odd kids playing in the spring, 800 kids playing in the fall. We're expecting a new big season, of course. Then we got the 231 Sports Complex getting ready to kick off. Soccer started. We're getting ready hopefully with a little help from Rick Bell. We'll get the baseball side started. We're going to build fields there for baseball. It's exciting time in Lebanon.
It is. And your family has been a big part of that for a long time.
Yeah, my grandfather started the furniture business / TV business in 1948, I believe. Dad was in the Navy, in Korea during the Navy, and I'm actually definitely a war baby. Daddy, I was 6 months old for Dad. He got to see me. He was still in Korea and Japan and China during all that time. Yeah, we've been involved in the retail business for quite a few years.
Yeah. Carrying on the family tradition.
I reckon so. So it's, I don't know how about our kids. I think Chip's kids. Chip's got a daughter that's a detective with the Mountain Juliet Police Department.
Okay.
His son is in retail with a lighting company out of North Carolina. Then Chip, of course, is semi-retired, working with A.G. and Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
But the family keeps on going.
Well, but we're here today to celebrate Jay Claiborne,
100
our
years.
drivers, 100 years. And if you're listening to us this morning, I would say that you probably had an opportunity to go to the bakery or to the donut shop at some time or another in your life if you're born and raised in here around Lebanon. But if you haven't, I would certainly like to suggest to you that you go down and visit with Rick and Jay Claiborne's.
Yeah.
And for breakfast or dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it, and just see the great products that they're putting out.
Yeah, we're located on West Main, 1021 West Main, right beside Baskin Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
Easy place to remember, and across the street from Domino's.
Yeah.
So you got pizza on one side, ice cream on the other side, and donuts in the middle.
Yeah.
So we got all your good diet food covered.
Yeah. Well, let's get back. Well, I know we're getting in close to the holiday season with Thanksgiving coming up and everything. But you all still are doing the coconut cakes?
Got the coconut, got them in stock right now. We're making more as you speak. We last couple of years we've asked people to call in and reserve cakes. We hope we have enough this year just without having to do that. But it's not a bad idea to call and put your name down. That way we've got your stuff ready to go when you walk in, especially if you're ordering quantities, 10 or 12 or 15 cakes at one time. Give us a call ahead of time.
Yeah. Now, they still come in the little rectangular boxes with the little cellophane on top where you see down in there?
Yep. That hasn't changed. We'll keep those as long as we can. So the size of the cake hadn't changed. The recipe hadn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
We still get the same kind of coconut. Yeah, it's same exactly.
Yeah. You want to talk about the price?
Yeah, it's more than it was in 1926.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Coconut cakes are $21.99, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They don't let me around the register too often, so I don't get to do that very much. But we have the fudge pies are a huge seller for us during the Christmas time.
Okay.
Coconut, fudge pies, chess pies, and pecan pies are big sellers. Probably want to add either apple or cherry to that mix. But we'll have quite a collection of all that. When we make cookies and cakes, we make them in quantities. Our oven is about the size of this room. We can make up to 200 cakes at a time. So it's quite a little process.
Yeah. Well, Rick, I guess it's been a learning experience for you
Yeah.
to get in there. And I know from being in the store, and I see you in there with your apron on and whatever, that, you're hands-on.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just
very
not
much.
You're just not there every day to sit down and talk to the people. You're actually back in there working.
That was my goal when I bought it. I envisioned myself sitting around talking to everybody and enjoying life. And now it's if somebody needs to fix a commode, I'm the one that does it. If they need to take the trash out, I'm the one that does it. When somebody got to go to the bank, I'm the one that does it. So yeah, I'm pretty much hands-on.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, it is.
But we got a great staff. That's one thing I will say. We got a lot of good people. Our donut people that make the donuts, they come in at 2:30 in the morning. try to get them out of there. Some of them by 9, some of them by 12, but that's what makes the business. We have an incredible cook, so it's people like that that make it what it is. Like I said, I do the odds and ends stuff, but they're the ones that make it rock and roll.
Yeah. Well, good for you all, and I'm glad the business is thriving good and has been able to be sustained over all these years.
Yeah.
That's it's a staple here in Lebanon, is that bakery.
We have enjoyed it, and yes, it has been a learning experience. I've come from the banking background and retail background. I was never a baker, but I have learned a lot about the process.
Well, it's good to have Rick Smith here this morning. We've been talking about the history of Driver's Bakery, Jay Claiborne's now, and the restaurant. They've gone into it and everything. Rick, thank you for being here, and appreciate everything that you and your family has meant to Lebanon and this community for all these years, and keep up the good work, brother.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. MJ, traffic time.
All right. Thanks, Larry. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. Premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Starting to get a little bit heavier here in the last few minutes. Pretty much on schedule here up through the Antioch area on 24 westbound here at Bell Road. We've got a couple of wrecks out here. It's finally starting to pick up out of Mount Juliet. Wilson County traffic headed towards Hermitage on 40 westbound. It's also loading up 65 southbound down through that road work there through Goodlettsville. Be careful through that stretch this morning. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, make sure you call STR Towing and Recovery right here in Middle Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We're the Mount Juliet Plumbers, and we're just a phone call away. We know if you're having a plumbing problem, it's not a good day. So give us a call right now, and we'll be on the way. 615-733-5665. Call 615-733-5665. Call the Singing Plumber right now, and I'll tackle all your plumbing problems. And check out my music at edkellymusic.com. It's 615-733-5665.
On Saturday, October 25th from 10 to 2, Drug Free Wilco, the Wilson County Sheriff's Office, Lebanon Police, and Mount Juliet Police invite you to National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. Turn in unused medications at Gibbs Pharmacy, Walgreens on West Main, Three Forks Marketplace, or TriStar Mount Juliet ER. Unused prescriptions can lead to poisoning, overdose, or misuse. Dispose of them safely and receive a free lot box from Drug Free Wilco. This project is funded under contract with State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Hey, this is Dr. Derek Gregory, and I'm proud to announce to you the opening of our brand new dental practice, Gregory Dental Group, at 1746 West Main Street, just across the road from Sports Village. Come experience modern dentistry at its best. We're always welcoming new patients, and I truly look forward to taking the best care of all your dental needs. Come by or call us today.
That's Gregory Dental Group, 615-444-0322, or online at mylebanontndentist.com. Gregory Dental Group, compassion, knowledge, skill.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
For sales and service, see Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main Street, Lebanon.
The fall-like weather pattern will continue through this week with no chance of rain. Afternoon temperatures warming up into the lower 80s with those morning lows staying right around 50 degrees with mostly sunny skies continuing. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions.
Good morning, everybody. We're back here for the second half of the Coleman Show, and once again, this is Larry Tomlinson. I'm sitting in for Coleman, and Coleman is out there somewhere doing the Coleman thing, I guess. So he'll be back in a few days, and but I'm always glad to come in and sit in and be here with MJ and Billy and Susie and all the crew here at the big 98.9, the Walt, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee. So we're happy to be here. The next half of our show, we're going to have Mr. Ed Kelly. Ed's on the line. He's not going to be here in the studio with us this morning, but we've got Ed on the line, and Ed is also known as a singing plumber from down in the Mount Juliet area, and he's got a couple of new songs that he wants to introduce to us, and we'll get to Ed here in just a minute. But the second half of our show was brought to you this morning by the Farm Bureau Expo Center. And we have Zendel Murphy in-house with us today. Zendel, good to see you again.
Good morning, Larry.
Yes, sir. Zendel and I go back a long way whenever I was still working for the Wilson County government as the director of the Ward Ag Center, and we opened the Expo Center. Zendel was one of the first people I hired to be at the Expo Center and to help us out there. Still there, still doing a good job. Gail's normally here, but Zendel's taking her place today. So tell us a little bit about what's going on at the Expo Center.
Well, I was going to say, Larry, it's been right at 9 years. You and I were sitting here talking to Coleman about the new Expo Center. Matter of fact, I'll celebrate 9 years this week.
9 years this week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Time flies.
It does. We're busy as a bee out there. I mean, it's just September was just loaded up. I think we had a couple of days off or didn't have anybody. We never have an off day. We're always cleaning and fixing and things if we do not have somebody in the building. But October's been pretty busy as well. Just finished up the big TriStar Dog Show this past weekend. Got the gun show coming up this weekend. And then we do have a little bit of scheduled downtime. We're getting into that AV upgrade that you're aware of.
Yes.
We've just, as you know, electronics become obsolete pretty quickly these days. And since we have been in the building for 9 years, we're finding things that are starting to fail a little bit, some components. And the worst thing is finding replacement parts.
Yeah.
Our IT department is out there looking, and we can't find them. We got to use something else, so we got to put some things together. So that was part of the reason it come along for the AV upgrade, and we're going to get kicked off seriously on that in a couple of weeks. The components are in, and we just got to find some time for the folks to start installing.
Who got that contract?
That is Jeff Ledford over at Systems Integration.
Okay, so it's local.
Yeah.
Good.
We were able to do it local, able to work off of a state contract and get him going there. And they were able to get in and get the components purchased and everything. I think before a big increase on parts and things. So he called me last week and said they had them. They were ready to go whenever I was ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I think, too, aren't you in the process of purchasing a bunch of new chairs?
Well, I'm going to have to purchase some for replacements. As we talked about at the last ag meeting, some of these chairs that are giving down on us right now are 9 years old as well.
Yeah.
And, we put those things up and down on a daily basis. Every event that comes in is, it's chairs and tables up and down, up and down.
Well, those chairs have been there for 9 years, and they've had a lot of people sitting in them.
A lot of people sitting.
A lot of use. So it's time. It's time to buy some.
We would love to get some more comfortable chairs.
Good morning, everyone.
We are just not able to have a lot of storage space right now to get some more of like a straight chair, so to speak, that's non-folding and padded. But I know we're getting a lot of calls for those.
Yeah. Well, any big events coming up that you want to talk about before we go to Ed here?
Just the gun show. I feel like it's going to be a big one right here before hunting season and everything. People kind of getting geared up. We've got our some of our regular shows coming up for the November, and of course your holiday season. We'll start doing a lot of the corporate parties and things like that over in South Hall.
Well, thank you for being here this morning, sitting in for Gail, and it's always good to see you, Zindel, and good luck with everything going on at the Expo Center. Farm Bureau Expo Center.
Thanks,
sponsor second half of the Coleman Show. Hey, Ed, are you there with us?
Hey, good morning, Larry. Did I interrupt a little soon?
No, sir. No, you're good. Good, you're good.
On mute. I had you on mute, and then I took you off for a second, and I'm also live on X right now. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, how are you doing, Larry?
Oh, I'm doing good. When you get to be my age, Ed, it's always every day above ground's good, you know. But how's everything with singing plumber in your business?
Well, you know, I don't just do singing. I also do plumbing, and so we like to talk about plumbing a little bit when we come on the air, mm-hmm. and you know, we've got a busy week ahead of us, but you know, we are available to if you have a water heater that's leaking, or you need a slab leak location or repair. You know, we got you covered. And as far as music goes today, we're going to play a couple of songs. One of them is called Family, and the other one is called I'm Gonna Love You Like a Country Song.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, let's tell everybody before we key up one of your songs here, and then we'll get more into that. But I want to give you some airtime here to promote your business and your Mount Juliet Plumbing, and tell everybody where you're located and the phone number, and if they're listening, where they can jot this down. If they're in your area and they need a plumber, somebody they can call and get in touch with.
Well, you can give us a call at 615-733-5665. Our office is remote right now. I've got I'm actually in my office right now, and I've got an 18-wheeler trailer that I built a little office in. I keep a lot of parts in there. When we moved out of our office in May, there wasn't anything really suitable. So right now we're making this work, but we've got we do have a little suite at 651 South Mount Juliet Road, and that's number 155. But we don't normally go there. I'm not normally there, but anyway, yeah, we're available for any of your plumbing needs. Last week we put in a couple of hydrants for a guy, and there's some new houses that have been built over there on Bender's Ferry, and he wanted some to put in. And so we were able to take care of that for him. And there was a couple in Del Webb that had an ongoing water leak issue in their slab. There's a lot of leaks over there in the slab because of the PEX pipe that they used. It's been under a lot of scrutiny, and there's been some class action lawsuits. And but we were able to get their leaks taken care of. They actually had two, a hot water leak and a cold water leak, and we were able to reroute the cold water line that was going to the washing machine that was leaking under the slab that nobody else could find.
Well, that's a good thing that because those houses are built on those slabs. You have a leak, then you've got a problem, and you've got to have someone that's got the technology to be able to find those leaks as soon as they can.
And it's also the experience, you know. I mean, you can have the equipment, but you got to know what you're doing. You know, it's almost like you're going into surgery when you go and tackle these slab leaks.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know that the people there in the Mount Juliet area have someone like you that's capable of doing all that and taking care of it. And but I know that today it's important to you. You want to talk about these songs these songs, Ed, that you have written yourself?
Yes, I write all my songs.
You write, okay. No collaboration with anyone else?
I don't know how I do it, but it just comes naturally. Every song I write, I think, man, I don't know if I can outdo that one.
Yeah, okay.
Then God gives me another song on my heart, you know. Like the Bible says that God puts songs on your heart, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's kind of how it goes. But I write about about life and about people and about love and about, just wholesome country music,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, you hear all these stories from these songwriters and things that they'll have the inspiration. They might write one down on a brown paper bag just going down the road. But MJ's put the headset back on, so we're going to go to traffic, and we'll be right back after we do traffic. We'll be back with Ed Kelly, and he's going to, I guess he's going to premiere a couple of new songs that he's just written for us here right this morning on WANT 98.9. Okay, MJ.
Thanks, Larry. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Bates Ford. Get a battery installed in most vehicles, $199.95. Bates Ford, they're located at 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Starting to build a little bit more in the last 15, 20 minutes here on 24 westbound at Hickory Hollow Parkway, Bell Road area. All that traffic pushing in right now from Murfreesboro and Rutherford County into this section of Davidson County. 65 south, a little bit slow here at Trinity Lane. It's just now starting to slow down with a little bit of volume. 65 north up through Spring Hill. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, no matter what county you're in here in Middle Tennessee, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Mount Juliet Plumbing is the company to call it. Mount Juliet Plumbing, we can fix it all. If you have a plumbing problem and you're needing it solved, call Mount Juliet Plumbing today. We will fix it right, the Mount Juliet Plumbing way. We tackle all your plumbing problems. Call the Singing Plumber right now. Give us a call today over at Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection at 615-733-5665. Check out my music at edkellymusic.com.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back into Coleman and Company. You're listening to 98.9 WANT right here in Lebanon, Tennessee, on a beautiful Monday morning. Beautiful sunrise this morning, and got with me today Ed Kelly. And for those of you that have listened to Coleman in the past, you probably have heard Ed on his show before. But Ed is Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection is his business. It's what he does for a living. But he also writes songs and records songs, and we're going to talk about that this morning. And Ed, I know you've got a couple of new songs out there, and MJ is going to cue them up and going to play them for us. But tell us a little bit about the inspiration that went into these two songs, and the first one we're going to play is titled Family. Family.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about that one and what the inspiration was, and we'll get MJ to play it.
Well, the funny thing is that I'm an amateur sheep farmer now. Thanks to my good friend Senator Mark Pody, who I am supporting in the upcoming election. But I was I went and bought some sheep about a month ago, and I took my little boy Ed with me, and we got us some ewes, and I needed some more ewes to build up my herd, and when on the way back to the farm, I just started singing this song, and it took me a couple of weeks to write it. All songs, some songs take a little longer than others. Some songs just come to you, but it kind of just evolved into what it is. I had no idea that it was going to turn out to be what it is, or I was going to. I wasn't planning on writing a song about family, but let's go ahead and listen to it.
Okay. All right, MJ, you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Kelly and Family.
I could drink a beer tonight, that would be alright. But I think I'll just drink some ice cold tea. Soaking up this fresh air with my wife and kids, making some loving memories. Life's too short not to spend with family. I wish I'd spent more time with Granddaddy. God gave us family to love and be loved, to teach us tough lessons, to be our buds. Like every rose, we all have our thorns. Sometimes we poke each other to the core. Hey, but that's what forgiveness is all about. I love my family, there is no doubt. I think I'll grab a deck of cards, we'll play a game of spades. Sit here, talk and laugh and pray. Look out at the shining stars and thank the Lord above for his blessings and his amazing grace. Life's too short not to spend with family. I wish I'd spent more time with my daddy. God gave us family to love and be loved, to teach us tough lessons, to be our buds. Like every rose, we all have our thorns. Sometimes we poke each other to the core. Hey, but that's what forgiveness is all about. I love my family, there is no doubt. There are times that I like to be alone, but there's nothing like being home, 'cause that's where my family is. God gave us family to love and be loved, to teach us tough lessons, to be our buds. Like every rose, we all have our thorns. Sometimes we poke each other to the core. Hey, but that's what forgiveness is all about. I love my family, there is no doubt. I love my family, there is no doubt.
All right. Ed Kelly and Family, song that he has just written and had produced. And Ed, that's good. Good job. Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, who produced that for you?
My good friend Sean Pody. He's from Louisiana, and he came here years ago to make it in music, and he's had plenty of success playing as the lead band member for, I think, like Trace Adkins.
Mm-hmm.
He's played with Rodney Atkins and different singers that other singers I can't. I don't want to mess up their names.
Okay. Yeah.
Sense to him, but he's he's had his share of success, and I think he's probably the best producer in Nashville, and he should probably be working for some big record label.
Yeah.
But
okay.
we do all of our music in Lebanon in his studio.
Okay. Okay. Studio here in Lebanon?
Yeah, in Lebanon. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Let's
a
get
website called The Podium.
Okay, The Podium. All right.
It's called thepodium.com. So I think it's PODYUM.
Okay. Well, let's get MJ to cue up this other song because I want to make sure we get the airtime for it too. Now, Ed, what's the name of this song that we're going to be playing now?
It's called "I'm Gonna Love You Like a Country Song."
I'm gonna love you like a country song. Okay, MJ, are you ready? Tee up Ed Kelly, and I'm gonna love you like a country song.
I'm just thinking about right now. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I just want to hold you in my arms and love you like you've never known. Breathing on you as I kiss your lips. Slide my hands down on your hips. I love you oh so much. You fit me like a glove. I want to spend my nights with you. Let you know my love is true. Run my fingers through your hair so you know that I care. Oh baby, we can go all the way around the globe. Even if some things go wrong, I'll still love you like a country song. Travel to Paris, spend some time out in Tokyo. Baby, it's up to you. I'll take you where you wanna go. Salted sand between our toes, with margaritas down in Mexico. Houston to San Antonio, or we can just stay home. I want to spend my nights with you. Let you know my love is true. Run my fingers through your hair so you know that I care. Oh baby, we can go all the way around the globe. Even if some things go wrong, I still love you like a country song. I want to spend my nights with you. Let you know my love is true. Run my fingers through your hair so you know that I care. Oh baby, we can go all the way around the globe. Even if some things go wrong, I'll still love you like a country song. Oh, even if some things go wrong, I'm gonna love you like a country song.
Well, Ed Kelly and I'm gonna love you like a country song. Ed, and we're running close on time. Anybody you want to thank that helped you produce those and get them out there on the market? Are you there, Ed?
I was on mute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yes, I want to thank my producer, Sean Pody.
Okay.
I want to thank Tony Vallejo, the steel guitar player. And I want to thank Craig Fletcher, and he is the fiddle player. And I want to thank Sean Pody for all the other instruments. He's a very talented guy, and he can play a lot of different instruments. So he's if you ever need his services to be able to produce some songs, then he's the guy to call.
Well, Ed, we want to thank you for being on the second half of the Coleman Show this morning. And, you know, we have a lot of world-class musicians right here in our community that people probably don't know about. And but it's always good to hear and hear those people's names recognized and things. But thank you for being here this morning or for being on the radio with us. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for the Coleman Show on this Monday. Thank you for tuning in, and remind you you're listening to WANT 98.9 here in Lebanon, Tennessee. And thank you, and have a good day, and tell somebody that you meet today that you love them.